Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me once again on this edition. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button for the latest, quickest financial news out on the market today. Today, I just want to talk about one thing here, and that's specifically about government waste and fraud related to the stimulus plans and also related to prices going up. And one of the reasons why prices going up and supply is getting short on groceries and other things is because of the wastefulness and fraud of our some people in our administration and those outside of the administration as well. And that's going to create the perfect storm of everything going up. So let's get right into it. This article came out. Here about the tax refunds and stimulus checks delayed by identity fraud crossfire. The IRS flagged 5.2 million tax refunds for fraud last year, 50% over increase over 2019. 63% of the refunds are vetted for identity theft turned out to be legitimate. Only about 18% of flagged refunds took longer than 120 days to arrive. The IRS predicted $2.5 billion in losses due to identity theft filters in 2019. But what's interesting to note about this is that they're delaying tax refunds and they're delaying other things. One guy here pictured, he filed his return in March. He hasn't received his refund yet. It was flagged for potential identity fraud. Now, the IRS is able to flag these type of things, but they're not able to flag the fraud that's going on in the government. This here is the Citizens Against Government Waste releases 2021 Congressional Pig Book. And as you can see here, $16.8 billion in fiscal year 2021, an increase of 5.7%, was earmarked for what they call pork roll projects or legislative bills that the special interest groups in the Iron Triangle in Washington have earmarked for the either for the constituents of the states or Republicans or Democrats, or just extra money that they get rolled into these bills. So like the bill that we have coming up now, the American Families Rescue Plan and the Infrastructure Plan that Biden is touting as President Biden is touting as a $2 trillion bill. There's some other extra money in there, such as this stuff right here, that is going to be wasted and earmarked for them congressmen and other people to waste this money. So the increase in pork barrel spending occurred behind closed doors, obviously, and hidden from taxpayers. There are no names of legislators attached to each earmark and limited information on where and how the money will be spent. And this is the danger. Not only are we going through a depression economically with retail, hospitality, travel, tax base of the cities and counties are down and municipalities, but now we're going into a situation where everybody's behind closed doors grabbing whatever money they can get out of these bills. So we're printing up money, and we have the same time we have some of not all of them, but some of the legislators and congressmen and congresswomen gathering money for themselves because they know what's coming. They know that the storm is coming, and so everybody's grabbing all of the money that they can to get all the requests passed right now in the so-called good times. Look at this. $1.7 billion for an F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. It's 10 years behind schedule. It's costing massive money. It's the most expensive weapon in U.S. history. $65 million for Pacific Coast Salmon Recovery Fund. Our oceans are already dying ever since the Fukushima plant disaster in Japan back in 2010, 2011. And they earmarked $65 million for that bill. I've never heard of the Pacific Coastal Salmon Recovery Fund. $25 million for Aquatic Plant Control Program. This is the largest amount ever set aside for this program. Look at this here. And these people are behind it. Senator Chuck Schumer, Patrick Leahy, and then Senator Jeff Sessions. $19.7 million for East West Center. Largest ever amount earmarked for this, led by a senator from Hawaii here. Crazy amounts of money. So as we continue to get deeper into this depression, we're going to see more and more of these bills passed. And President Biden is determined to spend government spending to have it at astronomical levels with $30 trillion in debt, as you know, as a country. And he continues to spend money as if there's no tomorrow. And the reason for that is because they want to take care of their corporate buddies and their legislators' buddies and everybody's buddies. Make sure that their underground bunkers, are secure. Their food is secure, their water secure, that they'll have no problems with any money, despite how bad hyperinflation may get for the common person. So what you and I must do is we must continue to prepare, continue to pay down our debts, continue to stock food, water, medicine, supplies, and also we need to take an inventory of what we waste in our daily lives. I'll be the first to admit that I may not I may not waste as much money, but I do waste other things, maybe like food or maybe clothes that don't fit. Instead of donating that right away to Goodwill, I let it sit up in my closet or something, and that could be useful to someone else. So everybody needs to take an inventory because we all waste something, even time. A lot of us waste time. We say we don't have time in a day, but there's always that 1 hour that gets away from us, whether it's watching a TV show or whether it's helping our kids do something or helping a friend do something. Um, just take an inventory about wastefulness, because in America, this is going to become crucial. During the Depression, people learned how to conserve and not waste, and we're going to go back to the basics. All of us, from the highest, besides the upper 1% to the lowest of the lowest, we're going to go back to the basic, and that means saving resources, time, money, food, clothes, medicine. You learn how to reuse things, recycle things. Excuse me, because that's going to become very important as all of this spending gets exposed next year and everything comes crashing down, meaning that we haven't seen the bulk of the bankruptcies come crashing down, as far as the bankruptcies in some of these stores, the bankruptcies in some of these corporations, because the free money is still being given out. But once the free money stops in the fourth quarter, that's it. And that's precisely when this thing is going to go down. You and I both know that. And so 2022, the end of 2021 to 2022 is going to be rough for many Americans. Prepare now and just be safe and watch your wastefulness. At least we can do our part to watch our wastefulness, in spite of our leadership not doing their part to watch their wasteful spending in other ways. So be blessed, my friends. I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you for listening.